Hey guys, happy Thursday. Thank you for joining me. My name is Sarah. This is Words of Divine Love. Wow, how is everybody this week? I know for me, the last couple days, been a bit heavy. Today was really heavy. Other light workers I talked to also felt some heaviness today. I don't know, just some kind of random sadness sort of working through that. It must be really heavy in the collective and going around affecting all of us. So if you felt that heaviness today, you're certainly not alone in that. I feel that, and I'm sending you tons of love and lots of healing in that space. We're going through this time right now. We've had Chiron in retrograde for a really long time. Chiron is in retrograde until December the 19th, and then we have the shadow period of that. So it's sort of just like the rest of this month. We're still in that wounded healer energy. So things are still coming up because we can't take these old programs with us, these old habits, these old things. We need to shed those before we step into the energy of the new earth. So I know I've been called to look at things that I've been kind of avoiding, or things that sort of I dealt with, but there is like a cleanup. Spirit often shows me this cleanup where like you got to get into the corners. Like I have pets, so they show it to me like sometimes the cat hair, gets in the corners, and you got to like get the special attachment on the vacuum, to get right. That's kind of what we're doing right now. Like Spirit literally just showed me like down on my all fours, like vacuuming up the cat hair. Spirit also reminded me that I just need to vacuum, period. They're so funny. Right, so we're doing this cleanup and we're getting these bits of things that we're integrating into self that's coming up for us to deal with. So for me, I had been avoiding kind of doing cleanup around rejection, around this rejection energy that I had. So of course, Spirit sends me my favorite person to help me to deal with that, right? To bring that up to my attention, that I still needed to vacuum right into, right up against the wall line there, right along the baseboards. I needed to get in there, and that this person came forward to show me that I had left some dirt to clean up. So I'm always super thankful for that happening. So if kind of something popped up for you and you're like, where the hell did that come from? Like this particular, I haven't spoken to this person in 4 months. So for this person to pop up, I was like, what the hell? Like, why is this person popping up? And then I realized this is what it was about, right? Was this wounds that I just needed to do this sweep out. Sometimes old people in old situations also pop up around this time, especially around eclipse time, right? We're closing out a whole eclipse cycle, the year's eclipse cycle, right? So we're huge endings. Eclipses are endings, closing out, right? Even if you don't want it to be over, like it is over. And you can cling on to things that's over if you want to. However, it will not swing in your favor. The eclipse is asking you to close that out, let that go. Right? We need to close out old things. And another reason for me, like that person came, right, was to close out that old cycle with that person and to be able to put that cycle to rest as well, right? We're given these things for a purpose. I'm constantly asking myself, what is this showing me? What is this teaching me? What is this here for, right? Because everything is a reflection of you, a mirror of you, right? Some things are projections of others, right? I hate when Spirit tells me it's always, because it's never always. I guess I should say I hate when I choose those words to describe what they're showing me. It's like, sometimes it is just projections of other people's crap coming at us, right? And you're like, whoa. But when something just pops up like that, like this person just popping up for me, it's not about that person. It's about what that person is showing and reflecting to me, right? And as we've gone on this journey, we've learned how to read ourselves better, right? So, and I don't know whether this is something that's going to come up for people because they're asking me to describe my process for this, checking in with myself. So for example, that person reaches out to me. And instead of doing any of my usual behaviors, I take a second, put my hand on my chest, and I check in with myself. How does my body feel? How does my body, not my mind, not what do I think about that? What does my physical body? Am I having anxiety? Does my stomach hurt? Do I feel like I'm going to throw up? Am I shaky? Am I having any kind of an anxiety response to this, For me, if I have an anxiety response to something, then that really means something to me, and I need to sit back on that. Right. So I check in with myself, see how I feel. Okay. I feel calm about this. Right. So answer that person back. And then I check in with myself. How do I feel about that? Right. And covering all of the bases of things. Just constantly checking in and seeing, how does my body feel? How does my body feel when I think about this situation? How does my body feel if, whatever scenarios that you can kind of, right? I'm an overthinker, so I can come up with a lot of scenarios to see how my body feels. Something, right? So some of us have to maybe think a little bit further, but it's really truly just spending a moment and seeing. And if something gives us a lot of anxiety within ourselves, then that tells us something about that thing, right? So that's, I don't know whether someone is going to experience that or is in the middle of experiencing that. But even just in general, checking in with yourself about things, like when we're making choices and decisions, to check in with ourselves. Sometimes fear is a useful thing, right? Like, and there's reasons for us to be afraid of certain things. But a lot of times not a lot of times, our ego creates these fears to protect us, right? It's created this great protection from us, but sometimes we don't need to be protected from the things that we think that we do, right? So when we have these types of responses, I'm talking about this, like anxiety, stomach, tensing of muscles, clenching of teeth, changes in breathing, right? These are all fight or flight responses that our body goes into. Like literally your body thinks that you're about to get eaten by like a lion or a tiger in the wild or something, but really it's just like, Johnny messaged you and it gives you anxiety because he's a douche, right? Like, and you're safe in those moments. So it's finding that anxiety. Why do I have it? And settling that for yourself, right? It's important to check in with ourselves and like, is this an appropriate way to feel? Why do I feel this way? I didn't intend on talking about this today, so this is quite interesting. Checking in with yourself is super, super important. Super important. Spirit wants some cards. We're going to move on from that message. Am I out for time here? So I don't know if I said this last week or not, but my time with A1R is coming to a close. I have been called by Spirit to go on a whole new journey. I'll be going out of country for a bit, and I'm starting a whole new adventure in the new year. So I will be doing a couple of shows in January, and then I'm going to be off doing following my life's purpose, which I'm really excited about. And I'll still be doing some things on my Facebook page. I don't know how often or what type of content, just based on the fact that I'm starting a whole new journey. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but do make sure that if you enjoy my content, that you do follow me on Facebook so that you can keep up with what I am up to. And I hope that you guys follow me over there on Facebook and join me in my new adventure and what I'm going to be bringing forward for you guys. It's going to be really exciting, and I'm super excited to be doing this. And I'm really honored to be given this opportunity by Spirit to bring these new things through for you. So we're all kind of in that period of life, right? Like cycles are ending. My cycle of doing this has come to an end. And a lot of us are feeling that in different areas of our life. And it's time to move on to new things. And we need to release resistance and allow those changes to happen. Yeah, manifestation and wellness. On the bottom of the deck says, let your light shine. Right, we're stepping forward right now. We're letting our life shine. We're manifesting our dreams. We're not keeping ourselves small anymore. We're stepping into our light, our divinity, our divine power, and stepping forward and saying, I'm ready for more, right? In this wellness card, and it's really interesting because look at these two cards. right? And then the one, I don't know if you can see in the one, but she's holding in the wellness card, the Sword of Truth. But look at this, it's the same card, right? It's the same card. Right, through connecting through meditation, right? We've opened our crown chakra. We are aligning our chakra systems, right? Getting into alignment with love, with what we want. And for me, it's the divine sword of truth, right? She's holding a sword of truth, and there's a lot of power in that truth. And this is truly beautiful, right? So we're being called right now to let go of the past so that we could start this manifestation cycle, right? And then this is a cycle where we're going to start to manifest our dreams and all the things that we want to bring forward, right? And we do that through transcending our humanness, right? Expanding our consciousness through meditation, through being present in the moment, right? Being aware and connecting to our breath. That's really right. What is for me? Meditation is about connecting to my breath, connecting to my inner self, to my inner core, and bringing myself back to my breath anytime I get disconnected, right? So bringing that level of wellness forward for us and allowing our light to shine. All right, guys, I'm down to my last 30 seconds. Thank you so much for joining me this week. It's always an honor and a pleasure to come here and share the energies with you. I'm going to continue this over on my Facebook page, Words of Divine Love and Healing. I hope to see you guys all there. I usually go on between now and 9 p.m. Eastern time. So the next 15 or so minutes, I will be live over there. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Have an amazing night, and I will see you all next week.